How you doing, folks? Just a quick recap on United's win against Granada. Excellent result for United away in Spain. You know, there are those who are ollie in, ollie out. I would suggest to those who are ollie in, who are constantly bombarded from messages after games about Solskjaer, to ignore it, because these are people that don't have an opinion based on results. These are people who are ideologues who want certain managers in place at United because that fits with what their perception of what a Manchester United manager should be. Solskjaer could honestly go on next season and win the quadruple, and they'll find a way of saying that he would have won more, should have won more games by 10-0, not 9-0. It's always going to be this. So it sort of reminds me of whenever I was a young kid and it was about putting Mark Hughes pictures on my wall, and I wouldn't have listened to anyone who told me that he wasn't the greatest footballer in the world. In fact, that I wanted to fight you. I think I grew out of that about 12, and as I was saying earlier, I was a bit of a late bloomer. So you have to realise that these are people that don't support Manchester United, they support an individual. And so you're always going to be in an adversarial position, so just ignore it. Really, really good win. As you've seen with Spurs going out against Zagreb with arguably the greatest manager ever. Arsenal losing tonight, or drawing tonight against Prague at home, the team that beat Leicester, I believe, Brendan Rodgers. So Solskjaer on the verge of a semi-final, in a weird game, in a game that Granada tried to make ugly, which I thought United did well, not to drag themselves into, but also to match that physicality. These are different questions you're going to ask, especially at the time when United had been picked up a lot of injuries. Marcus Rashford was a concern, but what a finish from Marcus Rashford after a gorgeous ball from Lindelof. 40-yard pass, lovely take, first touch, score. You know, Marcus Rashford's the sort of guy that is appreciated more on the continent than what he is in England. If you listen to managers across the world, in fact, Thomas Tuchel was one of the first ones to talk about this, about how great Rashford really is. The appreciation, I suppose familiarity does breed contempt a bit, but the appreciation for someone like Rashford is abroad is incredible. So we're really lucky to have him. He's not the finished article, we know, but brilliant finish for him tonight. Great goal. And the second one, yes, Bruno gets a bit lucky, but again, you can't fault the fact that he wants to take it. He's not been in the best of form when you compare Bruno Fernandes's form for United. I think that's his first goal or second goal in 10, I think, which shocked me. I heard a commentator talking about that earlier. But on the plus side of that, that means United are getting goals from other players, not being so reliant on Bruno Fernandes, and we're seeing goals come from other areas. Dan James, Solskjaer, of course, again deserves huge credit for Dan James in the form that he's in the same way with Luke Shaw, in the same way we've got the best Fred, even if he's not up to people's standards, it's still the best version of him. Solskjaer showing once again his man management and how good he is at getting players who, if you see look at United, a lot of the players at United, they start out well, then they dip, and they never recover from that dip. But Solskjaer has done really, really well for the players that have started well, hit that dip, and then help them recover, get them back to the top of their game. Dan James in fantastic form, although it is quite interesting to see Bruno Fernandes' body language at Dan James and Mason Greenwood whenever they have the ball and they don't square it properly or they don't take their opportunity. An absolute bona fide winner. A weird game in the sense that it was weird that Granada only got their first yellow card in the second half, a team that, and then Harry Maguire gets booked for an unbelievable yellow card considering what had been allowed to let slide. But give him credit for the penalty. Lots of referees wouldn't have given that. Definite penalty. Well done from the referee. Big second goal, because now that changes the whole look of the tie. And those players who have been suspended for the second leg are players who probably need a rest. Luke Shaw needs a rest. Harry Maguire definitely needs a rest. So may not be the worst thing in the world. McTominay, I think, is also out. I think that's a player United can get by. I'm not sure if Matic is out with that yellow card or not. I hope not. Ridiculous yellow card and ridiculous play acting. Something that should be punished retroactively. All in all, really, really pleased with that. Good win away from home, 2-0. Excellent. For a guy apparently who can coach, what was he, the most consistent manager in the calendar year of 2020. He's got the best away record in the league. He had the best goal scoring record in the league a few weeks ago. A guy that's sitting in second, which I really don't think United, and what separates them and City is a great manager. I think that's about what United should expect to be. The best of the rest. Somehow he can coach. Somehow Borussia Dortmund took his blueprint against Manchester City and tried to implement it. Couldn't. For a guy who can't coach, that's incredibly fortunate. Well done, United. Really, really pleased. and I will see you tomorrow with another video. We're going to do a Q&A for BTP tomorrow, and of course we'll do a preview show to the weekend's fixtures. So join me tomorrow, folks. Hope you're all well.